Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. So we all know Kingdom Hearts is best known for its collection of best-selling video games. You know, it even has some manga. And you should read the manga. The manga is actually pretty good. You know, as far as video game manga adaptations go. But Kingdom Hearts also has some novels that are, well, its line of novels are pretty obscure. You know, like right here we have Birth by Sleep, original Kingdom Hearts. I might as well just take out the whole stack. Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, Recoded is here, Dream Drop Distance, which actually was the first book I owned. Weird, because I don't like Dream Drop Distance. It's my least favorite game in the series. And even Kingdom Hearts 3 has an adaptation. And I definitely want to talk about all of them as I read through them. I should probably put these back. I don't like that empty hole here. I'll talk about the books, I'll talk about the mangas as I get through them. But I'll talk about the one book that I did read so far. And it's Kingdom Hearts Key, the novel. These series of books were originally exclusive to Japan through the publisher Yen Press. Through the publisher Yen Press. English localizations have been released since 2015. Novels have aimed to have a more linear approach to the story of the games and gives perspectives to aspects of the games that we weren't even able to cover. Author Tomoko Kanimaki, I really hope I pronounced that right, teamed up with manga artist Shiro Amano, who did all of the art for the manga, and the manga art is... They teamed up together to make novel adaptations that feel like half decent novels. So obviously this novel covers the first game that takes place in the series chronologically. It's as, if you're watching this, I assume you know this already, that Kingdom Hearts Key was a mobile game, still is. And to make a novel adaptation of a mobile game, you gotta be a master. You gotta be a master writer, a master author. Like, it's hard. And I'm really sorry to say this, but Kanimaki is not that author. I'd be remiss, I don't want to say it's her fault, because, you know, the story of Kingdom Hearts sometimes, and especially of Kingdom Hearts Key, can really be lost to even like the most avid Kingdom Hearts fans. So this book is split narratively, and it makes for a really confusing style of reading. It felt like I was reading a kid's book at times. Like, remember those kids' books where you get to pick your own adventure? That's called a second-person narrative. And in the second-person narrative, it's Chirithi. You know, that cat-like Dream Eater companion that you have in the game, in the mobile game? She's speaking to you. And this second-person narrative is like the majority of the book, while a minority of the book is spoken in the third person. And that third person section of the book covers the key backstory film, like what happens in that movie. The second person covers what happens in the game. And it keeps switching between these two styles of narrative. It's very disorienting. Like, I caught myself wishing multiple times throughout this, 147 page book, that Kanimaki would just create a brand new character that would just represent the player character from the game, as opposed to trying to like include you, like the reader, so me, I guess, be a part of the story. Like, just make a new character. I don't need to be part of this. As much as I want to be a Keyblade Master, this isn't the way I want to do it. And, you know, sprinkled throughout this book is like artwork by Amano, which, amazing, like always. Like, he's fantastic. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Beautiful. I have nothing but praise for Amano and his art. Thank God it's here. You know, but imagine you're new to Kingdom Hearts You want to know the story of Kingdom Hearts, but you don't want to play the games. Video games is a little bit too much for you to handle, but you understand that Kingdom Hearts could be, it's pretty much an anime at this point with the crazy stuff happening in it. Because you want to get into it, let's read the books. And let's start with the first chronological book in the series, huh? Terrible book to start with. Okay, honestly, I don't expect anyone to really get into the books first as their gateway to Kingdom Hearts, obviously, but let's just imagine that person exists out there. The problem with this book is that, imagine that was the case, it uses a lot of terminology, a lot of just keywords from the series, and it kind of really expects you to know those keywords already if you weren't a Kingdom Hearts fan. But then again, the only people really buying this are gonna be Kingdom Hearts fans. But let's imagine that you are a Kingdom Hearts fan, you're picking this up, and you never even played the mobile game. You just want to pick this up to know the story of what happens in the mobile game. Even that, there's some terms that will be lost on you. You have Lux being thrown around a lot. You have even some items like the power bangle is here, guilt, nightmare. Those things will mean nothing to you because Kanamaki doesn't take any time to explain what they are. And the faults of the story aren't Kanamaki. That's not on Kanamaki. You can't blame Kanamaki for how confusing Kingdom Hearts can be. I'm just gonna put the blame on the delivery in this book. I found myself getting lost constantly, especially towards the ending and the epilogue, which was like a whole narrative mess. New characters and plot threads were kept getting introduced with no proper conclusion. The pace was just far too quick, and narrators just kept changing in the last 20 pages or something. At the very least, at least there were often some some points in the story which was actually kind of cute. It was mainly at Charity's expense, and she's pretty naive to the overall Kingdom Hearts universe at large. But overall, I'm not really certain that I would recommend this book. I'm not sure I would recommend it to even the most passionate Kingdom Hearts fans. Have it for your collection, but to read it, to understand more of Kingdom Hearts Key, you're probably better off watching some YouTube video explaining it better instead. I'm the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan. Played it since I was a kid. I live and breathe this series. And I was super excited to pick this up and read it and gain some more clarity to Kingdom Hearts Key, to the mobile game. But I came out with more questions than answers, and I'm not really sure if I want to follow up at all on this story. And there's obviously a clear arc that is missing between Key and Birth by Sleep, which is the next entry in the chronological timeline. And so if whatever ends up filling that gap, if there ever is anything, I really hope that ends up being better than this. And now I just gotta read this behemoth of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. And Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep doesn't even have a manga adaptation. So if you're just trying to read the manga only, and then you get into Kingdom Hearts 3, the manga, and they have Aqua, Ventus, and Terra in it, you'll be confused as hell, because you won't know who those characters are unless you read this book. Which I'm super pumped for. And the worst thing about this book is that it doesn't even have Shiro Amano's artwork. So that's gonna be fun. So until next time, please, I beg y'all, do the regular YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, give me some love. I'm gonna definitely do more of this. Till next time, catch you.